Hello, today I'm going to be sharing my hair journey, how I went from this hair to my current hair, which is all natural and so healthy. I never liked my hair better, and it's natural. So let me tell you about my hair health journey because it has been a lifelong ride. And not always a fun one, and not always a pretty one, I will say. But I've learned to really love my natural hair, and I realize this is what's easiest. This is why I was born with this hair, because it looks the best on me, even out of all the colors I've done. This is what is best on me. So yeah, I'm gonna just do my makeup, share some videos and pictures of my hair and the story of like how I transformed my hair and fixed my hair because it was a wreck. So basically, when I was in 4th grade, my mom started box dyeing my hair. Thanks, Mom. That's really great and helpful. Yeah, she started putting literal streaks of blonde in my hair, and it's because she always said my hair was mousy brown and it needed some dimension. And so my mom is definitely kind of a high maintenance gal, so I don't blame her. She was just having fun with her first daughter, you know, can't blame the girl. But that's where it all began, in 4th grade. So I was the only kid in my class with box dyed hair, keep in mind. But anyways, yeah, so I grew up literally not really even knowing what my hair color was because I was getting it dyed since literally 4th grade. So I just kind of grew up like as that, with that routine. And that is where this story begins. In middle school, I get highlights a lot in middle school. So my hair was like stripes. It was like stripes of blonde. Honestly, sometimes it did look good. My mom would like take me to her hairdresser and we would just get highlights of blonde. And I always loved it. Like, I was like, this is so fun. And it looks so good and so pretty. I was like a good, honestly, nice blonde color in middle school. And kind of just kept up with the highlights. And then, in 8th grade, I was sick of it. And I decided to go jet black. Like, actually right now my hair does look kind of black, not gonna lie, but I wanted to go jet black, and I did because my hair was getting damaged. So I was like, let's just go darker because I feel like darker looks healthier. So I literally covered up all the highlights, and that was the first mistake, was trying to cover up the highlights. And keep in mind, I was going to different hairstylists, like basically my whole life, because my mom was kind of always switching up also, so I would just go wherever she goes. So they didn't really know like my hair history ever throughout my hair lifespan. So I was just covering and covering and covering, and no one really knew what was going on. So that was another scary part of the story. So I went jet black, and I honestly hated it because I was pretty awkward looking. I'm gonna be inserting photos so that you guys can see like what I'm talking about. I was so pale, and I was also like very awkward looking. I lived in South Dakota, and obviously there's no sun there, so I was just like very pale, very awkward looking. It was a rough time for me. This is like not a sharpened pencil, so this is gonna be bad. Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening? It definitely looked healthier, and shinier. But the problem was I did not know how to style my hair. So my hair was like straightened, but then there were like fried pieces everywhere, like micro pieces of hair just like sticking out. And even like my friends would comment like, why does your hair look like that? Or like, I don't know, I was just like using way too high of heat, I don't know. It was an interesting look for me, but I decided to stay dark into freshman year because I think I just liked how it looked shinier and it was a little bit more like maintainable. Is that a word? Maintainable? Easy to maintain. So I kept the dark hair rolling and just would sometimes get like a touch up or something. It wasn't that bad until it started like just turning red for some reason in the sun. It literally looked red and I hated it. Like when the sun would come on it, it would be orange, red. It was awful. I hated it so much. So I tried to see how I could fix that, and basically every single hairstylist was just like, oh, your hair just pulls red, your hair just pulls red. That's just the tone of your hair. And I'm like, well, there's gotta be a way to like figure this out because I hate this. So then I decided we're gonna go back to blonde. And this was junior year, like sophomore year of high school into junior year summer. I was like, okay, it's time. We are gonna go back to blonde. And I had this beautiful idea, go bleach blonde. And I wanted it as fast as possible. So I went from literally jet black, and it wasn't even like my true hair color, to bleach blonde. And I wanted that gray toned blonde, you know, and that was the thing. That's what I wanted. And it was at the new hairdresser now because my mom was going somewhere new. And she was pretty good. She told me like, we cannot do this in one session. This is gonna take multiple sessions. Which I didn't like that answer. I was like, okay, let's just do it like as fast as possible. I don't know what the rush was, but oh my gosh, it was so cute on the first day. I would get it done and then it would just turn orange. It would turn orange, it would turn yellow. It was so bad. It was like hundreds and thousands of dollars that we spent trying to get my hair to be blonde. And I don't even know why my mom kept letting me trying, honestly. Like, I don't understand that to this day. I don't really get it. But yeah, first I started with like kind of a balayage situation with my blonde. And then I was like, okay, let's go full blonde. And she was realistic with me, like, this is gonna take some time, like if you want your hair to be healthy. And I was like, okay, like let's do it the fast we can while like maintaining the hair, you know? And then went very cool toned, I remember. And I remember on the first day, like, I'll insert this picture. It was gray. It was literally gray, but I loved it. That's like kind of what the trend was at the time. To have that very like gray toned hair, which is, I don't know. I think it was cute for when it was, but on me, it was kind of crazy. But I remember loving it on the first day and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. And then it turned green. My hair literally turned green, or like a blue, I think because of the toner. I was like, oh, my hair's like low-key blue, like at the bottom. In certain lighting, it looked blue. And people even asked me like, whoa, your hair is such a weird color. I don't know, it was so weird. But once that toner like came out, it was yellow. It was yellow. And it was so disappointing because it took so much money and time to get to that point for it to literally turn yellow again. And it's just such a bummer. If you know the feeling, you know the feeling. Granted, it was all my own issue, but I just like came to the conclusion that my hair is not supposed to be blonde, and it is not good at being blonde. It's always gonna pull a warm tone, and that's so sad because some people's hair that's like darker, you can get away with like a blonde and looks so good, but some people just don't got it like that. And I definitely didn't. My hair hated being blonde every single second of the day. So I kind of came to terms with that. I was like at my wit's end with this whole blonde situation. I was like, okay, maybe this isn't meant to be. And that's when I was kind of starting to like figure out my life, and like I started to figure out makeup and how to dress, and I was starting to grow into my body, and I was like, okay, I think I could do the brown again and just figure out this tan situation because I always looked so pale. And so I went back. Oh yes, we went to Vegas for a family trip. And I went to a random salon. This was so stupid. This was a big mistake. I should never have done this. I went to a salon. I covered all of that blonde gray with brown. I just said, cover it up. She's like, she doesn't know me. I don't know her. Never met her in my life. I was just so sick of it. I'm like, I'm so done with this. So yeah, I covered it up, and on the first day, like usual, I loved it. I was like obsessed. I was like, this is amazing. Finally, we're back to normal. We're back to the regular programming. And then, what do you think happened? Story of my life. It turns really, really red in certain colors and certain like lightings. It turned so red, guys, like to the point where I looked like a redhead, and I absolutely hated it so much. And I was so sick of dyeing my hair at that point, in all the time that I had spent in a chair, like trying to figure out what I liked about my hair. So I kind of just dealt with it at that point. I was like, honestly, it's better than the blonde. I'm just gonna keep kind of like vibing with it. And that happened. That was like for about probably 2 years. I left it. I just was like embracing the red, honestly. And it was only a certain lighting, but that's when it bothered me the most. So, I go to college. My hair is brown, orange, red sometimes. And I kind of figured it out, but it definitely wasn't like cute, anything like crazy. It was like somewhat just normal looking. And So whatever, I was just kind of like, it is what it is. I'm so done with it. I would try and go get like blowouts sometimes, or like haircuts to try and make sure it's healthy, but I was also using products that covered up the red. So I was using like leave-in shampoos that were colored, like semi-permanent kind of hair dye, to try and mask that red. And I was self-toning my hair too, using like the Kristen S like hair toner and stuff, and trying to like do that on a little bit more of an inexpensive budget. But then I got engaged and I was like, oh gosh, I do not want red hair for my wedding. Like, I can't. I can't. So I remember one day I decided to chop my hair. And mainly my hair, since I had left it for a while, had grown out quite a bit. So it was like, you could see this was like natural, and then the bottom was red in certain lighting. Like, there was a distinct line. So I was like, okay, I think I just need to chop off everything at the end. So that's what I did. And that was the best decision I ever made for my hair, was chopping it. And it was really short. I'll put a picture in. It was really short, and everyone thought I was crazy because I didn't tell anyone. I was like, this is the most impulsive thing I've ever done with my hair. Kind of, I don't know. And chopped it. It was so healthy. I loved my short hair. For my wedding, my hair was pretty short. It was like down to here. But I liked that it was natural, it was healthy, and it wasn't red. So that was a win for me. And then I got married about 2 years ago. So now this is my natural hair. And I've never been more obsessed with my hair. I wish I would have never dyed my hair. I wish I would have never touched my hair. I basically had to chop my hair off to figure out that I just liked my natural hair. I had to go through all of that to figure out, oh, I actually really like my natural hair. Like, there's a reason my hair is this color. I think it looks really good with my skin tone. I love it. I love this on me. And I'm like, why didn't I just understand that from the beginning? Because my hair is so healthy, like, compared to what it used to be. And it's so, like, you can just tell it is exactly how it's supposed to be. And I get regular haircuts, and I make sure and maintain this, and the haircuts have changed my life. It's grown so much, and it always just looks healthy, and like it has like vitamins in it. This month was the first time I've ever gotten 2 compliments on my hair, ever. I've never gotten compliments on my hair because it's always looked horrible. And recently people have been saying like, your hair is so nice. And I'm just like, what is happening? Because I never have heard that before. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I guess I learned my lesson over 20 years of my life to literally just go with your natural hair, because that is what you were made for. That's how you were made. And there's a reason your hair is the color it is. I believe that God knows what would look best on us. And I don't spend a lot of money on my hair. I do very normal shampoo and conditioner. I don't really do any products on my hair. I try to not use heat as much as possible. And it's the most low maintenance hair I've ever had. The cheapest hair I've ever had. I get like a $60 haircut every 2 months. And it's an easier life, I will say. It's an easier and more maintainable life to just rock the natural. And I don't think I'll ever dye my hair again. Honestly, like, I don't see that happening. So that's my hair journey. I don't know why I shared that, but if you are planning on dyeing your hair and you're brunette like me, and you want to be like blonde, I just wouldn't do it. That's my advice. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope it was helpful for someone who may be considering dyeing their hair. But yeah, I will be posting every Monday. Have a good day.